lesson. My mom taught 7th and 8th grade science for a long time, and when I stumbled into my job teaching 7th grade English, her first piece of advice to me was, you have to beat them into submission. Not literally, because you can't touch them ever, but mentally. So for the first 2 years of my middle school teaching career, that is what I really tried to do. I ran my classroom like a psychotic drill sergeant. And then it was March 2020, and I'm sitting in my living room in my Cambridge apartment, and I'm on a Zoom call with 24 13-year-olds. All of their cameras are off. All of their microphones are muted. I'm upset because I know they're not really there. And why not? Well, of course, duh, they're not there. Never before has, I don't want to go to class and you can't make me, been true, and now it is, and it's killing me. I need to summon them back to class somehow, because I'm not going to take this sitting down. It doesn't work for me to just waste 3 months of the school year to just call it quits and have these months just be lost to time. So I got to summon them back somehow, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to do that? Well, I can't be the psychotic drill sergeant because they don't want to spend time with that person. Who do they want to spend time with? And I think about it for a moment, and then it occurs to me, yes, 7th graders want to spend time with other 7th graders. So that's what I must become. I will become a person who makes weird music videos. So that's what I do. I decide, okay, I know exactly, I make my plan, I leave my Cambridge apartment, I go down to the Charles River, just as the sun is swinging low over Weeks Bridge, and I've got my portable Bluetooth speaker, and I've queued up a karaoke version of I'm the One by Justin Bieber and DJ Khaled, except I've rewritten the lyrics to be It's the Sunset, and now the song is all about the motif of sunsets in Chapter 3 of The Outsiders, which technically I'm supposed to be teaching. So I'm dancing on the riverbank, like looking the fool. And there aren't that many people around because it's lockdown, but there aren't no people around. So I realize I'm like having this 360-degree, like I'm a 7th grader experience because I'm embarrassed just to exist. And then when I go home and I try to cut all this footage together, I kind of hate myself a little bit. But then that night, something amazing happens. For days, I had not heard a single peep from my students. But that night, within hours of me posting this video to Google Classroom, I get some emails. And some of them express concern that I have officially lost it. But some of them say, LOL, that was good. It's working, they're coming back. So I have to keep going. Obviously, I make another music video and another. And for my final video of the school year, I am going to do kind of a spin on a chapter about a dramatic, rescue. If you've read The Outsiders, maybe you know what I'm talking about. So I go to the parking lot behind my apartment building, and I put on a neon blue windbreaker, leggings, and a red sweatband, and I call myself Coach Muscle, and I film there in the parking lot a 1980s dance aerobics exercise video. So 3 years later, we're back in school. It's really back to normal. There's not a mask in sight, and I've just kicked off my Outsiders unit. The bell rings for lunch. Most of my students just hustle out, but one of them hangs back, and I say, hey, bud, everything okay? And he looks me dead in the eye, and he's like, my brother warned me about your music videos. He said you filmed them in public. But I have to smile because it worked. The point was not that his older brother had been mortified by my lessons. The point was that he'd been watching. He was there. My videos and the time, the 3 months, hadn't just disappeared and been lost. In fact, my videos and the time had been so not lost that my former student's little brother was still having nightmares about them 3 years later. Yes. Listen, I used to take myself so seriously. Every lesson, every day in school was just another opportunity to beat my students into submission, cram more knowledge into their minds, perfectly manage the classroom. It wasn't until we all got sent home that I realized I had been missing the point. Sometimes, especially in tough times, it's not about compliance or even mastery of the material. Sometimes it's just about laughing and being silly, forgetting yourself for a moment and being a kid, or at least remembering what it was like to be one. So a few years ago, I could not beat my students into submission, and in fact, I couldn't beat them at all. So I joined them. Thank you.
Jade Eliason.